In this episode, we are going to take a 10-question quiz to finally fix your confusion between the past simple and the present perfect.
Can you score 10 out of 10? We will start with a warm-up, then look at time markers like yesterday versus lately, and finally, we will practice with a real-life conversation.
Get ready to answer before the bell rings. Let's begin. Welcome to English Dose Radio. I am your guide for today's session.
And I am here to take the quiz alongside you. This is one of the hardest topics in English grammar, isn't it? I feel like even advanced students hesitate when they have to choose between saying, I did it or I have done it.
It is absolutely the most common question we get. But here's the secret. It is not about memorizing complex charts. It is about how you view time. Before we start the first question, I want you to visualize two objects. For the past simple, imagine a closed box. The box is labeled yesterday or last year. You cannot change what is inside the box. It is finished. It is done.
Okay, I have the closed box in my mind. That is past simple. What about present perfect?
For the present perfect, imagine a bridge. One end of the bridge is in the past, and the other end is touching your feet right now. The action travels across that bridge to the present moment. It matters now. That is the fundamental difference. If you can see the bridge, use present perfect. If the bridge is broken, use past simple.
That makes sense. So if I am talking about my life experience up until now, that is a bridge, right? Because I am still alive and my life is still happening.
Exactly. You are the bridge. But if you talk about a specific moment that is over, like your 10th birthday, that is a closed box. You cannot go back to your 10th birthday. Now, let's test this theory. We have 5 questions in round 1 focused entirely on trigger words. These are the words that tell you instantly which tense to use. Are you ready?
I am ready. Listeners, try to say the answer before I do.
Question number 1. Listen to this sentence and fill in the blank with the verb to see. Here is the sentence. I blank him 3 days ago. Is it I saw him or I have seen him?
I think the key word here is ago. 3 days ago feels like a finished time. So I saw him 3 days ago.
That is correct. The answer is saw. The trigger word is ago. Whenever you see the word ago, it is a closed box. It happened at a specific time in the past, and that time is finished. You can never use present perfect with ago.
That is a great rule to remember. Ago equals past simple. Every time.
Question number 2. We are using the verb to eat. Here is the sentence. I am not hungry. I blank already blank lunch. Is it I ate lunch or I have already eaten lunch?
This one is tricky. There is no time mentioned. It doesn't say at 1 o'clock. But the sentence says I am not hungry. That means the result is important right now. So, I have already eaten lunch.
Correct. I have already eaten. This is the bridge concept. The action of eating happened in the past, maybe 10 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago. But the result, the fact that your stomach is full, is important right now. The word already is a huge signal for the present perfect.
So, if the result is affecting me now, like being full, we use the bridge.
Precisely. Question number 3. Using the verb to visit. Here is the sentence. I blank Japan in 2019.
Oh, this one is easy. In 2019. That is a date. That is a closed box. I visited Japan in 2019.
Spot on. I visited. When you have a specific year, a specific month, or a specific date, you must use the past simple. You cannot say I have visited Japan in 2019. That is a very common mistake. You can say I have visited Japan, period. But the moment you add in 2019, you break the bridge.
It is fascinating how just adding a date changes the entire grammar structure.
It changes everything. Let's move to question number 4. This is a word that confuses everyone. The verb is to arrive. The sentence is, look, the train blank just blank.
The word is just. That means a very short time ago. Look, the train has just arrived.
Yes, the train has just arrived. The word just is a classic present perfect trigger. It emphasizes that the event happened very recently. and usually that the event is still relevant. The train is sitting there on the platform right now.
So for words like just, already, and yet, we are usually in present perfect territory.
Exactly. And that brings us to question number 5, using the verb to know. Here is the sentence. I blank him for 10 years.
I see the word for. I know people struggle with this. If I say I knew him for 10 years, it sounds like he is dead or I don't know him anymore. But if I still know him, it should be I have known him for 10 years.
Perfect. I have known him for 10 years. This is a state that started in the past and continues to the present. The bridge is still standing. If you said, I knew him for 10 years, you are implying the relationship is over. Maybe you moved away, or as you said, maybe he passed away.
So for and since are usually strong indicators that the action is continuing.
Correct. Before we move to the next section, if you are getting value from this quiz and you want to build a daily habit of improving your English, please press the subscribe button. We release these short, calm lessons every single day to help you improve without stress. It really helps us keep the radio running.
Now, let's make this a bit harder. We are going to listen to a short dialogue. This is a real conversation between two friends.
I want you to listen to how they switch tenses. One person asks about life experience and the other gives details. Listen closely.
Hey, have you ever been to the new Italian restaurant downtown?
Yes, I went there last weekend. It was delicious.
Really? What did you order?
I had the lasagna. I have never eaten such good pasta before.
Okay, let's pause and analyze that. It was very natural, but the grammar shifted 3 or 4 times.
It did. Let's look at question number 6 based on that dialogue. The first question was, have you ever been to the new restaurant? Why did we use present perfect here?
Because I was asking about your general life experience. I didn't ask about a specific time. The time is your whole life up to now.
Exactly. The word ever means at any time in your life. It is the ultimate bridge word. But then look at the answer. I replied, yes, I went there last weekend. Why did I switch to past simple?
Because you added the detail, last weekend. Just like the 2019 example earlier, last weekend is a closed box.
Right. This is the most important pattern in English conversation. You start with present perfect to introduce a topic. Have you seen this movie? Have you been to Paris? Have you eaten sushi? Then, once the person says yes, you switch to past simple to give the details. When did you go? Who did you go with? Was it good?
That makes storytelling so much easier. Open with the bridge, fill in the details with the box.
Let's continue with question number 7. In the dialogue, I said, I have never eaten such good pasta before. Why present perfect there?
Because you are comparing that pasta to every other pasta you have eaten in your life up until this moment.
Correct. It is a comparison of your life experience. Now, let's go back to strict quiz questions, but these will be a bit trickier. Question number 8. This involves the time period we are in right now. The verb is to drink. The sentence is, I blank 3 cups of coffee this morning. Now, imagine it is 11 a.m. The morning is not finished.
If it is still morning, the time is not finished, so the box is not closed. I have drunk 3 cups of coffee this morning.
Yes, I have drunk, because the time period, this morning, is unfinished. You might drink a 4th cup. But speaker 2, what if it is now 2 p.m.? The morning is over. How does the sentence change?
If it is 2 p.m., then the morning is a closed box. So I would say I drank 3 cups of coffee this morning.
Exactly. This confuses so many people. The same phrase, this morning, can trigger different tenses depending on what time it is right now. If the time period has finished, use past simple. If the time period is still open, use present perfect.
That is subtle but very important.
Question number 9. This is about clarity. The verb is to lose. Sentence A is, I lost my phone. Sentence B is, I have lost my phone. What is the difference in meaning?
We touched on this earlier. If I say I lost my phone using the past simple, it just tells me a fact about the past. Maybe I found it later. I lost my phone yesterday, but I found it under the sofa.
Right. But what if you say, I have lost my phone?
That sounds like a crisis. It means I don't have my phone right now. The result is current. I cannot call you because I have lost my phone.
Perfect. If you are communicating bad news that affects the present moment, use the present perfect. I have lost my passport. I have cut my finger. I have broken my glasses. It signals to the listener, I need help now.
Okay, last one. Question number 10. The verb is to write. Shakespeare blank many plays.
This is the classic Shakespeare trap.
Well, Shakespeare is dead. His life is over. He cannot write any more plays. So the bridge is broken. Shakespeare wrote many plays.
Correct. Even though his plays are still famous today, the action of writing them happens in a closed box of time. But what if we talk about Stephen King? He is still alive and writing.
Stephen King has written many books because he might write another one tomorrow.
You got it. That is the final rule. If the person is dead, use past simple for their actions. If they are alive and continuing their career, use present perfect.
I think I got 10 out of 10, but some of those were really close.
Let's do a quick shadowing session to lock this into your muscle memory. I will say a phrase, and I want you to repeat it exactly as I say it. Focus on the rhythm. Ready?
Ready.
I have known him for years.
I knew him when we were in school.
Have you ever been to London?
Have you ever been to London?
Yes, I went there in 2010.
Yes, I went there in 2010.
I have lost my keys.
I have lost my keys.
I lost them yesterday.
I lost them yesterday.
Great work! Shadowing is the best way to stop translating in your head and start speaking by instinct.
So, how did you do on the quiz? If you missed more than 3, I recommend listening to this episode again tomorrow. These rules need to become automatic so you don't freeze up in conversations.
The key takeaway is the visual. Remember the bridge for present perfect and the closed box for past simple. Use your trigger words, ago, last, in 2010, as warning signs to close the box.
And remember the storytelling pattern. Start with the bridge to introduce the topic, then cross the bridge into the closed box to tell the story.
Thank you for practicing with English Dose Radio today. If you enjoyed this quiz format, please like the video so we know to make more of them.
And don't forget to subscribe. A little calm English every day is the fastest way to fluency.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.